I told you there'd be more winter. 6 more weeks of winter. We have done so much winter, it's crazy. Ah, Punxsutawney Phil, what are you doing to us?
He's back.
He's back. Hey, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Well, it's gearing up for a storm, man. The Hodo Brodos assemble. I know. It's like serious intro followed by silliness. But be honest with you, we're not laughing. This is a major winter storm. It's going to be potentially very scary for some people. It's going to be, if you don't take the proper precautions, this type of cold that's coming, it can be deadly. So honestly, we just got what did I just click into? Sorry, Punxsutawney Phil coming. Just got to have a little bit of humor. But honestly, this is gonna be rough. So let's break it down for you. Significant winter storm expected Tuesday. It's coming. There is not a single model that's going under 6 inches of snow.
Yeah, looking at the weather cameras, you can already see clouds lowering, some snow trying to fall down.
This is going to be it's going to be big time. This is going to be the biggest snow that we've seen in our area, widespread, biggest significant winter storm since 2011. February 9th, 2011. So let's see what happens. We'll break down the latest. We'll take you through all of the stuff that we have. We'll take you through the timing, and let's do it right now. Zach, what do you say?
Let's go for it.
Hey, someone did mention this, and I didn't have enough time to say something, but Crystal says, glad to have my power back on before the crazy weather begins, and I still see the glitching of the camera. So I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, there has been power outages for about 2 hours in Decatur, and it was from Carroll Electric. And so this is if that happens, and we have, Peyton talked to some energy companies, and they said they have enough demand, or they have enough supply for the demand, but you always have to be a little bit cautious because cold weather could do crazy things. So, all right, let's get to it. I know there's comments. We're going to try to answer comments as fast as possible because we know there's going to be a lot of them. We know a lot of people are going to be on here. Zach, we already got precipitation that's not reaching the ground, but starting to pop up. And this is going to be apparently a feeder that was down. That's what Denton Sachs, my buddy, is doing in southeast Kansas and Emporia. He's working at a substation. He's flipping switches, making sure all that stuff will be turned on. So come a little closer, Zach, so we can both get in here. But here's the deal, man. Precipitation already starting to pop up. So let's take you through the future track. So first of all, it's got a really good handle of that little bit of banding that's already starting to try to develop. What have you been seeing, Zach? You've been watching this system throughout the weekend. What have you been seeing out of this?
Well, I've been seeing the snow totals going up.
Yeah.
Especially with the NAM model. It was showing temperatures pretty marginal, even some warm air aloft. But it took it out. It's keeping us cold. And it seems like every single model run is more snow than the previous model run. So there's something to be said about model trends.
Trends going up.
And yeah, that's what the NAM is doing. And the NAM did get the last big snowstorm right, pretty much. It was the most accurate.
It did. All right, so this is a look at the HRRR. We'll look at all the different models. We'll break it all down for you. So before you ask, about this area, that area, your city, your location, we're going to try to break that down as much as possible. If we didn't answer it then you can comment away. Did have a question about blizzard conditions. Zach, we were going to get into that too.
Yeah.
But here's a look at the future track. And see, this is interesting because the HRRR hangs on to that precipitation as a wintry mix. I think a little longer than it should, to be honest with you. But there is always that chance of warm 850 flow that comes in from the southwest, which the European was showing that. And sometimes that 850 millibar temperatures can be warmer than expected, what the models show. Now, that did not happen January 9th and 10th, and the accumulation totals were more. I think, honestly, the HRRR might be overdone on this, but if we get a wintry mix and it's 26 and it's sleeting and freezing rain,
That'll be some serious
that's going to
icing.
be some serious icing. And on top of that, that's going to be piled up on top of snow. So we'll show you accumulations, but this is the future track timing, and we're stepping through this nice and slow for you. So about 17 degrees in Anderson. So that is already close to a 20-to-1 ratio. We have mid to upper 20s in terms of temperatures. When we say 20-to-1, that means 20 inches of snow is equal to 1 inch of liquid, 1 inch of liquid equivalent. River Valley seeing rain and a cold rain at that point, and then it transitions to freezing rain. And remember, there's elevation changes. So all those things that can happen. And now you see that it is just snowing like crazy. This is a really heavy snow, some snow bands. Not sure about thunder snow. I'd never really looked at mostly unstable Cape. We can do that. We can geek out. We can check that out. But in the meantime, we'll just kind of hit the points. We'll hit the main course, and then we'll kind of go into the hors d'oeuvres and appetizers, if you will. Tuesday evening, there's the snow continuing, and then watch what happens as the cold air deepens. As that cold air deepens, it's going to spread out and be all snow everywhere. That's why every single square inch of the area is going to see snow. Now, the farther north you go, the heavier the snow. The farther south, not as much. Here's a look at the future track high-resolution rapid refresh model at midnight into 1 o'clock in the morning Wednesday. It starts to move out. Now, be cautious because I personally think, Zach, just like what we saw with this past system, there was a little bit of light snow that happened. You might remember that on Sunday from the back edge of Saturday. Yep. There was a few flurries that popped up. We could see that additionally as well. So significant winter storm expected Tuesday and into Wednesday. Again, we're going to show you more, but there's a look at that little light dusting, a couple tenths of an inch. Nothing major, but enough where, let's say you plow off your sidewalk, it might have a little more additional accumulation. But there's several things that we need to watch, and then you can kind of see those flurries continuing. All right, so here is the snow total. What time does this start? That's what everybody wants to know, and rightfully so. That's what you're doing for planning. 7 o'clock in the morning, there might be a little bit of freezing drizzle. Now, it doesn't show that on here because this is just snow accumulation. But I think at 7 a.m., Zach, there could be some freezing drizzle and some little bit of mist that's popping up.
I think so too. And I look back at the last time we had the light freezing rain back in February or late January last year.
Yeah.
Those roads got really bad really quickly.
They did.
So sometimes
we'll take some drone pictures, Alex, of course, always. Yeah.
I was saying sometimes the roads can be some of the dangerous conditions when the precipitation initially starts. Because like the oils on the pavements don't interact well with the liquid water, especially if it's frozen.
Yeah. So, Jillian, I see your comment. I don't know if you're talking about us or someone else, but we're just telling it like it is. And this is going to be a big major winter storm. There's just nothing that is going to delay it. Or there's nothing that's it could delay it, but there's nothing that's going to stop it, essentially. So here's a look at, notice the precipitation there, 1.4. That's just through noon. That doesn't look like a lot, right? Well, watch what happens in the afternoon. That really starts piling up. Those are some pretty fast snowfall rates. Some pinks showing up, so we're over 8 inches in spots. And you got 1.8 in Fayetteville. Not a big deal, right? Well, we're not done. We continue to snow throughout the night. Now we're up to 10 inches at 8 o'clock in the evening. So this isn't even like a little over 12 hours of snowfall. And then it just keeps coming down. So now you've got over a foot that's showing up. And the reason I'm showing this is we're only 12 hours out from the start of the snow, Zach. Less than 12 hours out.
Yeah.
This is not a 7-day accumulation map that's 7 days out. Mm-hmm. This is 12 hours out. And the models typically, when you get a lot closer, do a better job. That's a lot of snow. Now, a lot less in the River Valley, and that makes sense. And we'll zoom in a little bit more on those details. But look at Eureka Springs at 14. So, and then there's that little bit of dusting. See it? See it? Just a little bit Wednesday afternoon. I think we get a little energy that swings in. So that's significant. Let's show you a different model. Now, remember, the HRRR, Zach, it had a lot of it had a lot of freezing rain and sleet mixture. Now, take this camera off the screen so you can see on the future track. This starts off as snow. So it doesn't even begin as a freezing rain or sleet. So this starts off as snow. Kristen, it's going to be around, depending on where you're at, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And there you see during the afternoon, Tuesday, we're talking cold temperatures, easily below freezing, all over. Freezing rain in LaFleur County, Scott County, southern Logan County. You got blowing and drifting too. There could be 2-3 foot drifts, Peter. Honestly, that's a good point. We didn't even mention drifting. We did mention the winds. Now, as we roll into Tuesday night, look at this, still snowing. There's no dry slot showing up. It's to the south of us. And then finally, by about 1 o'clock in the morning, the system moves out. So what does that look like with the graph model? Well, already at about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, we've got icing about 1/10 of an inch, or so, excuse me, 1/100th of an inch. But Zach, you mentioned it. Just a trace of precipitation could cause issues, especially when it's below freezing. And yep, Alex, we'll show you the Euro, we'll show you the GFS, we'll show you the NAM, we'll show you the graph, all that stuff. But 70% of accidents occur with just a trace of precipitation.
And a lot of people are probably thinking, all right, I have things to do on Tuesday, so I'm going to get out first thing in the morning and get them done. And that might be not a good idea.
Phil.
Yeah, Phil's just laughing. He always got that smile on his face.
I know, he's always smirking.
I've never seen him without that smile.
Yeah. He's just saying.
Who does he think he is?
I saw my shadow. I told you. I mean, we knew more winter was coming too. You know, another thing, people said La Nina. I saw the camera glitching. I know. We're still trying to take care of that. Once we get a quiet stretch of weather, maybe we can take care of that. But La Ninas bring active winters. I don't care if it's a weak La Nina, moderate La Nina, strong La Nina. It doesn't matter with the teleconnections. La Ninas bring active winters. 2011 was an active winter. That was a La Nina year. 2021, that was a La Nina year. You name it, doesn't matter. La Ninas bring active winters. Back to the show. Here's what we've got for snow. Wow. So 5 o'clock. Now, the left number is ice accumulation. The right number is the snow accumulation. And so what we can do is we'll toggle on that banner for snow totals. So we can do that as well as we're in it. So here, and we're going to step through this a little slower. So notice that Fayetteville only starts to see a little bit. So if you have plans in the morning, the roads still will probably be passable because honestly, they'll be treating them and the accumulation won't be as fast. Now, Benton County will get a little bit more. And now watch what happens Tuesday afternoon. Look at that band of snow already. Close to 10 inches of snow in Grove. Are you kidding me? And then look, it just keeps going up. That's a foot right there. And we're not even done with the snowstorm. This is new, Zach. Oh, my goodness.
15. Oh, boy. 16. That's a new one.
This is a brand new
Up to
one.
17 inches.
I've been saying before that we are going to be in the corridor of heavy snow. The heavy snow swath we're on the south end of the heavy snow swath. That's unbelievable right there. We're going to show you the zoomed in view too. Notice icing is just not as much of an issue with the graph. Okay, so there you've seen the graph. There you've seen the HRRR. There you see darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Here we go with the snow accumulations, taking our camera off the screen. So the graph, that doesn't even include the entire totals, honestly. That's interesting. Still a lot. Here's the European. A little less, but still some bullseyes for heavy snow, over 8 inches. Here's the GFS, 7 to 8 to 9. with 4 inches in the river valley. That's pretty substantial. And then the NAM, over a foot in Rogers, nearly a foot for the NAM, over a foot in Grove, Tulsa, nearly over a foot. And here's the deal, Zach. This is something we got to stress. Models typically don't pick up on all the mesoscale features.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of banding that can occur that could be even higher than these totals. So kind of similar to what happened in 2011, February 9th. That's going to be interesting. Laura has been mentioning this. Her bones are aching, man. Says these totals are going to pan out because they can feel it. Multiple day road impact too. Not like it's just melting the day after. Exactly. We're going to go through that again. Abby, I think personally, these higher totals just seem to be trending properly. So I think the euro might be a little low, and it was a little low on the last one. Okay, so that's the snow totals. Let's look at icing, because icing is going to be a concern. The extreme cold is going to be a concern. Here's a look at ice accumulations for various computer models. There's someone right here. February 2011. It was February 9th, 2011. Did I say 2009? I don't know. I might have. Yeah, it was February 9th of 2011. What are the odds for Bella Vista to see 16, 17 inches? Honestly, you're going to see that it's pretty significant. Yeah, cancel work for the rest of the week. I think that's a good idea. We'll show you the bread and milk socks here real quick. Do you have to go to school Thursday? Nope. It's all propaganda. No, you won't have school at all. I don't think. I mean, it just doesn't
Thursday?
seem.
Yeah. I mean,
Wind chills minus 25.
maybe like University of Arkansas might have night classes. I don't know.
I don't know. Are they going to be able to plow the secondary roads?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
I remember over a foot of snow and it didn't melt for a while, and this is very similar. It was almost a week to 2 weeks. Honestly, 2 weeks
Really?
the kids were out of school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay then, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different down here, and this is just we don't normally get this. Here's the graph of icing accumulation. The European. Speaking of that, why didn't the graph have any numbers on there?
Yeah, it's been doing that. I don't know.
What is going on with that?
Maybe
And the NAM, I guess maybe that's not included. We got to throw some numbers down there. So if we look, icing accumulation is most likely farther south. That makes sense. That's where the wintry mix. That's where the cold air will be hung up in the Ozarks.
But that latest graph update is a lot less ice and a lot more snow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's look at the current temperatures and see how cold it's getting.
Yeah, good call, Zach. As we're doing that, multiple day road impacts, meaning all the way into the weekend, possibly. I think Friday afternoon we'll start to see some improvements.
Oh yeah.
Can't take your English test on Thursday. I mean, if we get those totals, I just don't see school having. I mean, the buses aren't going to be able to travel secondary roads.
Yeah.
Think about this: when they're plowing the roads, there's going to be piles to go into the neighborhoods. Those piles are going to prevent cars from driving through.
That's another point there. So if you usually, you live in a neighborhood, if you like to park on the street, that might not be a good idea.
Nope.
You might get snowed in, or you might get a snow plow to your mirror.
All right.
Or maybe even worse.
So here's a graphic that I made for social media. I think it's a very telling one. I think it kind of describes everything in a nice, short, easy glance view. So first of all, the one thing you'll notice, the way you read this graphic is from left to right. Tuesday, midnight, our front's coming in. We will look at temperatures, Zach. But first of all, I just want to show sub-freezing temperatures starting at about just before midnight. We already have that in southwest Missouri and northeast Oklahoma. Grove is at 28.
Wow.
Wintry mix and snow kind of all overlapping. Do you see that? That's between early before 6 a.m. Even though the winter storm warning officially goes until 6 a.m., there's a chance that a little bit happens before that. Now, I think the snow, because we're already kind of seeing some of that banding beginning to develop, the majority of this will be after 6 a.m. I think that was shifted over a little too much, in my opinion. But nevertheless, have it in there. The heaviest snow is this part right here from about late morning into the late evening hours before midnight. After midnight, it starts to wind down, but there's always a chance of a little bit more precipitation lingering. Now, we also have low visibility. So winds not quite meeting blizzard criteria, which is 35 miles an hour for 3 hours sustained. And not only that, you have visibility reduced to a quarter mile. We'll see visibility reduced similar to what you're seeing in the video here, but probably not meeting that blizzard criteria. And then, Zach, this is something that you mentioned, dangerous wind chills. I don't think people get this enough. We've
Yeah.
never seen an extreme cold warning.
I think that wording, dangerous, deadly wind chills. If you're out in
Think of the
temperatures,
homeless. Think of the homeless population that don't have
Yeah.
shelters. Hopefully, they have a way to get sheltered. But people that don't have shelters, they need to get to shelter, and also pets. Bring your pets in. If there's pets that are outdoors, like cows and stuff, make sure they're sheltered. Dogs outside, they need to be sheltered, have a warm place to be, because their water bowls will freeze. Now I know, like Iditarod, Siberian Huskies, they love the cold. Like Zach loves the gym,
oh yeah,
but even then, it could be cold for them. So paws can have frostbite.
yeah, that's
So
true.
it's you just got to be thinking about
And
that.
a lot more than that, you got pipes could burst.
Mhm.
So,
There's the 4 P's. People, that means such as when the heat doesn't work or power goes out, make sure you have a good source of heat, good working source of heat. If you do use a space heater, don't use it close to anything. If you have a generator, use it outside. Carbon monoxide can kill you if you're running it inside, then you'll die from the carbon monoxide. Sometimes every time a winter storm happens, you hear about someone that carbon monoxide inhalation and ended up passing away. So we're just stressing that very, very clearly. Going back to this graphic, dangerous wind chills. Now, I'm going to show you just one model here. This is the European model, and we're talking some extremely cold weather. Look at this. This is Tuesday evening while it's still snowing. We're talking wind chills near zero. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound very fun. And then you got minus double digits. So we're meeting that wind chill extreme cold warning criteria, minus 15. And then look at this. Thursday morning will be the coldest. Now the wind is weaker, but when you're at -3, -4 to -6 degrees, and you've got minus double digit wind chills, that 6 mile an hour wind will make a difference.
And Friday morning, if you have snow on the ground, I think that they will extend this
oh yeah,
warning.
and these numbers could be -20 actual air temperature. That's what happened in 2011. There's no way that we forecasted -20. You can't. That's like a super duper record. That's the all-time coldest temperature ever at Drake Field. That could happen with the snowpack, especially if it clears out. And then going back to Friday, you'll see Friday's wind chill kind of moderates a little bit. Let me go back to 7 a.m. Still below zero in spots. Look at that. Now you can start to see that wind return to the south.
Wait, go to 7 a.m. Friday morning.
-2, -3 in Huntsville.
Yeah.
Still cold. That's record breaking cold. All right, let's catch up on some comments. Travis, I see your comment. There's always that chance for a little bit warmer, but I will show you the snow accumulation maps because there's a reason. Because sometimes those totals are just too much. So we probably do need to up them a little bit, but I'm a little bit hesitant with going 10 inches everywhere. just because there can be the dry slot, there can be a period of sleet more than expected. And so we're just kind of overlying those errors. But looking at the latest, even more model information coming out. Of course, Travis, some people always go shoot for the moon. And sometimes that happens and sometimes it doesn't. But when you shoot for the moon, sometimes you'll get it right. But here's our totals. So we do have 6 to 8 inches plus because there will be a pretty drastic cutoff with the heavy snow amounts. However, Zach, I think we might need to increase that.
Yeah, so we might be actually lowering that 8 to 12 down into Washington County and making the over 12. Probably still keep that up there.
I think so.
Yeah.
Keeping that over 12
and maybe
up there.
drop down that 6 to 8 a little bit more. I mean, do you want to do it now?
Yeah. So you know what? We're gonna change it. We're gonna change it. There's a fine line to being extreme, but also being accurate. In this case, I think we got to be
because
heavier.
these models just came out like a half hour ago, and they are trending up. And model trends. So what we mean by the model trend is, so if you have a run like what the NAM was doing on Saturday, it was kind of lowballing it. It wasn't having a lot of snow. It had like 6 inches. And then Sunday it came on board 8 inches. And then today we're up there at about a foot.
There will be a pretty drastic cutoff, though, on this for.
And I think it's especially true for winter weather, taking into account the model trends.
Yeah, there is. So we're up to, and there's going to be a northeast, west northwest to east southeast trend just because of the way the weather system moves in. Now there can always be some localized banding and stuff like that, but
yeah, I do like that new one.
Yeah, I think over 8 inches is looking pretty like. I think 6 is undershooting it a little bit, Zach.
Yeah, but 6 for southern Washington County, that
could happen because of the sleet accumulation. And see, I think there's going to be a dramatic drop in the. I might take that into the river valley, honestly.
A little bit, yeah, 3 to 5, a little bit more.
Yep.
Probably down through Alma.
Yep, I'm going to take that down. Whoops. Whoa. That's not what I wanted. Oh, come on.
I think you're overlapping it.
See, this is the painstaking process of doing all this. That's not the one I want. I want this one.
There we go.
Yeah. I think that's a little too far south.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, this is the what you getting a bunch of comments. This is the painstaking process of my least favorite thing in life, which is accumulation maps. They're just so arbitrary.
And we kind of have that northwest southeast line a little bit because that's the track of the energy. It's swinging in from the Pacific Northwest. It's coming down.
There you go. Adjusting the accumulation totals as we speak. And let's see if that goes good. Yeah, so we could put 8 to 12. Put that right smack dab in the middle, huh? What do you think?
It'll be too small.
It's too small.
Like
yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, see, this is the trick. Where do you put the 8 to 12?
Yeah, over 12. I think that's good. There. Yeah. 6 to 8, 3 to 5. Do you have this plotted on there? No, you don't. Put that on the ground level so it doesn't move around too much. There we go. And then down here. Yeah, I think that's good. I like that. Okay. So we're going to save that. We're going to update that. So all those latest models, and you remember we're doing newscasts. We've got all these newscasts that are coming through. So along with the HRRR, both WRF models, Icon, FB3, and RAP all slam the area with 12 inches too. And on top of that, they're probably not getting the snow ratios as well. It's just, seriously, this is hard to forecast a foot. I mean, it's so rare that it happens, but it sure makes it seem like it's going to do it. January 2001, we had a lot of snow. In fact, December, Christmas of 2000 was a big winter storm. Should I cancel trying to drive to Rogers from Doctor at 7:30 a.m.? I think 7:30 is going to be okay, but things will go downhill pretty quickly. Tulsa's already canceling flights tomorrow morning, and that's because they're going to be seeing that precipitation a little earlier. This is a good question, and I don't know, honestly. I haven't looked at any long-range model data, so Phil, I'm putting you in the corner, buddy. You're done. Let's get to it. While we're doing that here, we're going to update. We're going to show you these snow totals here, and yeah, Zach, I think we need to up it even more. I think the heavy snow swath is going to be through our area. I find it hard to believe over 10 inches every single area. That just there's things that can happen, such as drops in precipitation, dry pockets in that precipitation area. So all those things can take place. So there's the snow totals. In the meantime, we're going to look at not what I wanted to do. Stand by. What in the world is going on here? All right. Let's see. Let's do the 3Z, which will tell us if there's going to be thunder snow. And then we'll do regional. And then we're going to go to severe weather. We're going to go to mostly unstable Cape. I don't know. I don't see this as a thunder snow type system. No. And my suspicions are confirmed. Nah. I don't really see thunder snow with this. It doesn't make sense. The soundings don't really show it. Now, there could be a little bit of instability in the river valley, but I don't see a whole lot. Do you?
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
I mean, it is a very strong cold front that could produce some forcing, but I think the snow maker is the energy behind the cold front.
I'll show you here. So this is the pivotal weather. HRRR has a bunch of instability. This is mostly unstable Cape. And you can see a little bit popping up here, but that's northeast Texas. So that's just not here. And it doesn't even come close to here. And it makes sense because the cold air is deeper and it's plowing in, and I don't see it as a thunder snow system. Let's look at something else. Let's look at the NAM, mostly unstable Cape. South Arkansas, some thunder freezing rain. I could see that right here. We'll click on this. We'll look at Scott County. That could be some thunder freezing rain and thunder sleet, actually. That's some thunder sleet. But how do we know that? Well, this is right here. This is called your LFC, your level of free convection. So anything that's right here will be convection up to the equilibrium level. It's a fairly lower level. So there may be a few rumbles of thunder, but it's not a whole bunch of instability. But there could be some in the river valley. I think river valley might see the potential for some thunder sleet. I was showing that, right? Ooh. Is that not showing that?
I don't think so.
Oh, man. Stand by. I had it popped up, but it just wasn't showing. So let me go back here real quick. Sorry about that. When we bring this up full screen, it blocks everything from our view. So we can't see what you guys are commenting. We also can't see what is seen on the video at the time. But very, very little instability, a lot more farther south. Northeast Texas has the instability, but just not here, and then it moves out. If we look at the NAM, there is some instability that develops in the river valley right here. We click on that. You can see that instability. So this is the sounding. And then that shows you right there that equilibrium level and the level of free convection. And so this would be your convection right here. This is where your lightning would be. Um, and all of this is essentially a sleet profile. If we move along in time, that's turning to sleet and snow. And then that turns into a snow, basically, but it starts drying out. So so there's always some caveats to what can actually happen. And that's why it's tough to go that high on the totals. But let's zoom in here and show you Northwest Arkansas. Think there's going to be a bullseye of heavy snow. We were getting questions about Bella Vista. Bella Vista will be over a foot, I think. If we have an amount accumulation greater than 12, we'll see snow through Monday and then the melting to occur. Snowpack will keep the temperatures down. Yep. Let's see here. Let's go through some comments. Huh. Unfortunately, I don't have a 4x4. We do, so we're liking that. Speaking of drifts, you can't use those for measurements. I know, exactly. Not a good idea to do that. Crazy stuff. This really is a pretty wild storm. The drifts could be, several feet against buildings? This is, by the way, going to be a dry snow. So it's a very fluffy snow. You can probably blow it off with a blower, honestly.
Initially, until it gets too heavy.
Until it gets too heavy, yep. Oh, I know. You don't have to tell me. That's why we're going a little bit less. I don't think so, Mimi. My wife was talking about that. I know you moved up the appointment, but it's going to be tough because there's going to be snow coming down. Just for you, I'll show you that again and show you how fast this will start to come down. And we'll zoom it in a little bit more too. So the system's running really slow right now, Zach.
Yeah. It's been up for a while.
Yeah, it has.
Should probably restart tonight.
Yeah, I think we should for Josh. All right, so here's a look at this. By the way, is the hourly. So this updates every hour. So let's let it load up. You'll see here at 10 o'clock we start seeing a little bit of light snow, but then watch what happens during the early afternoon. We're getting closer. There's now you're about an inch. So yeah, maybe it might be possible if that doesn't speed up at all. And then that only goes to 5 o'clock. And look, we already got more snow than we saw, with some of the other systems already at 5. And that's not even the end of the snowfall. So if we go to here is the extended local. So this will tell you more. This will tell you the whole thing on the European, more zoomed in with the bullseye of the heavier snow. So here's a look at 10, 11, 12. Now this is where it really starts coming down after 2 o'clock. So 1.3, 1.7. Look, it's almost a foot, 7 o'clock, and then the cold air continues to go in. And yeah, there you go. That's the end of the snowstorm right there. So that's the HRRR. And I don't know what ratio this is using. I don't know if it's the right one. Honestly, I think this might be a 10-to-1, and this could be even more. So these totals could be more because we're using a 15 to 18-to-1 ratio. I'll show you the graph here, the local one.
It's got a lot more.
Well, yeah, the graph has a lot more, which is wild because the graph normally underdoes it.
Yeah.
So here's the snow right here, 9, 10, 11, and then watch what happens at about noon. So 1 inch. Man,
Just keeps going.
those totals are insane. Now, if that happens, that's crippling. I saw that too, Alex. I saw that too. Yeah, that the HRRR was showing freezing rain and sleet when really it was a snow profile. We saw that too. You remember the 2011 snowstorm really well. Yeah, that was a big one. If you're cold, they're cold when you're talking about pets. So snow shouldn't accumulate on the power line. So we'll be good there. That doesn't happen, especially with the wind that's blowing, and because this is a light, fluffy snow. Um, that's so sad. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Anything below freezing is not very fun. Yeah, we showed you. Yeah, going shopping. I don't know if you're going to be. There might be stores closed. Yeah. Ah, that's right. An extreme cold warning has been issued for your current location.
Here we go.
It's -2 in Siberia. Well, it's going to be -2 here Thursday morning.
That's cold.
I'm kind of getting caught up here. Not really. I
Yeah.
knew it was propaganda. He's laughing. Don't join the dark side, Dan. We got to go higher. We do, looking at these latest totals, and if it trends down, then so be it. But this is only 12 hours away from the start of the system. So what makes this system so big and so strong? Let's check that out as well, Zach. So we've got some stuff that we could show you. First of all, the water vapor, you can see it coming in. This is a beast of a system. Look at that diving in. Very reminiscent of 2012 when it came in. The timing's a little different because that started about 2 in the morning. Here you've got that. That's what we were looking at, by the way, from Gaither Mountain. You can kind of see that off in the distance. See that little fuzziness? It's not as pronounced as it was, but on the right hand side of the screen, those are basically it's virga. It's precipitation that's evaporating before it hits the ground because it is dry. Zach, you were mentioning we wanted to look at temperatures, and we will. But first of all, look at the size of that system coming in, and it's just organizing. That's what makes it so dangerous. When it's just organizing, you can see it right here on the spin, looking off to the west. So here is the spin of the system, and notice how it's just organizing. There's a lot of other energy too. But look at how that develops and almost becomes negative tilt as it comes swinging through. And then there's all these little disturbances west of that will squeeze out some flurries. And so then after that, it gets really cold. Now, there's a chance that we do see a little more snow on Friday with this system.
Saw that, but it might be a little bit too dry.
Could be. And we'll see how that pans out. Yeah.
But maybe not.
But that could squeeze out a few flurries as well.
Yeah, the models showed increase in clouds, but not much precipitation.
Craig's been waiting for this. So the timeline. We can give you the timeline. Let's do this. We haven't shown you this. This is a good timeline that I think really tells the story too. It's this. This shows you the precipitation timing by looking at the probability of precipitation. So you can see already after midnight, we've got a little 20% in there. Look at it starting to pop up again on Mega Doppler in Osage County. So it's trying. And late morning into the afternoon, that's when you're seeing the heaviest snow. That continues into the evening, Zach. And then there's that little 20% for Wednesday afternoon. So that's Northwest Arkansas, River Valley. You see that as well. This is interesting. Brady G says maybe some lake effect or river effect snow with it being so cold. That's interesting because northeasterly flow, Zach. Let's go to Mega Doppler real quick. Zoom in on Beaver Lake. Northeasterly flow over the lake will cause potential lake effect snows.
We had that last time.
Yep. Gravit is never mentioned. Is it not on that map? on the local? I thought it would be. Huh. Maybe it's not. Let's see. I thought it would be. Yeah, grab it over 12 inches. Yeah, I got to grab it on there. I thought I did. Here you go. So this is the Canadian. We haven't looked at the Canadian yet. Let's see what this shows.
Oh boy.
Oh, no, that has a heavier snow swath farther south.
Yeah, and it's been doing that for a while, so it could be onto something.
So that only shows 6 inches. And this is why,
But that's probably 10-1.
yeah, this
But-
is why you got to be careful with going so high on snow accumulation. There's still always, every time, is uncertainty somewhat.
But if that's 10-1, and we're talking 15-1, add 5 inches.
Yeah. Here's a look at the European. So it doesn't have any ice. This actually is a pretty good telling tale. Look, it doesn't have any ice at all in Benton County. And that makes sense because it's all snow. Just a tiny little bit of a wintry mix in the Washington, Madison County area. This is the end of the snowstorm, by the way. And see, that's a little less, 6 to 8 to 9. Oh, look, it does do
It's dusting.
that little dusting Wednesday evening,
Go out to-
Wednesday afternoon, evening.
Go out to Friday. Oop.
No.
Yeah.
Does it? Yeah, it does add a little
Saturday.
bit. Just a few tenths of an inch here and there. Okay, here's the NAM 20 kilometer. This is the lower resolution NAM, so this ought to be interesting. It's like the Price is Right cliff whatever it's called, cliffhanger.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's going up the thing and he goes it's just like these numbers just
I think
keep
there is a-
climbing,
I think
man.
there is a graphic for that.
Is there?
Yeah. I used to use it.
Yeah, I think there is. Let's see.
Yeah.
And there's also Plinko too.
Oh,
Oh yeah, this is it.
do we have sound?
I think I added it on. I don't know if I did. Let's see. Oh, you gotta add the sound. No sound. Nope, no sound. Well, that's something I gotta add. Gotta throw some sound in there. There's the cliffhanger right there. 19 degrees. Okay, going back to some more snow totals. Because like I said, it just keeps going up. All right, let's look at we looked at the NAM 20 kilometer. Here's the graph, the local graph. And you know what? We're covering up Harrison. We're covering up Ponca. We're covering up Jasper. We're covering up Deer. It's a lot of freaking snow, Zach.
Yeah, up to 17, and maybe even. And if that's 10-1,
I mean, okay, so I know you're seeing 1 inch, but that's the icing. So this is mainly focused on icing. But what's so dumb about that is, yeah, here icing is not really the major issue. Let's look at the local graph that updates every hour. Let's see what we've got through like 10 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So you already got close to 5-6 inches. It's just a lot of snow, man. Okay, let's see here. How about snow European local? Ready? We already showed that, didn't we?
yeah.
I think that does it. I think we've done everything. Here's the temperature trends. Or it's a timeline, if you will. You're welcome, Gene. Appreciate it. That was a comment about 20 minutes ago. What is this, Microsoft Paint? I know. It literally looks like it. But when we were making that color table with snow, it was like, We'll go above a foot, but we'll only leave it a foot on there. But you get it. It's over a foot when we're talking about. Are we talking the day after tomorrow situation? No kidding.
Oh, that movie?
Yeah. Catfishing weather. How about that? Taking me back to 2011 with over 2 feet in Bentonville. Weather app showing it could start earlier. That's because we added it in there for what we were expecting. To catch some trout. Yeah, Saturday morning, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, you'll be fine. Can we see the energy on satellite? Yeah, we actually just showed that, Jeff. A lot of energy coming in. Yeah, it's a world where the world freezes. Well, before it freezes, there's like all these storms and sinking air causes extreme cooling, which is exactly the opposite of the laws of physics. Yeah, you can see I got the snow tie. Oh, you do have to see the socks, Zach.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mind if I show a little leg here. Oh, it kind of hurts to get my legs up there, though. But look at that. There's the bread and milk socks. People were going to the store to get the bread and milk. Yes, sir. Zach's like, get your foot out of my face.
I wonder how the stores were earlier today.
They're
Anybody going?
crazy.
Yeah.
I know. Can we stop with the historic events in Rogers, please? No kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might be. Jim Cantori could be. Yeah, I got out of Mexico City, jamming York. Was able to post bail.
A lot of people asking about flights, XNA, even Thursday morning.
Snow-nados. There's going to be a snornado here in about 2 hours. I'm going to be sound asleep here waiting for this thing.
I think the airport on Thursday should be good.
Like, where is the Colby effect? Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, like they'll get the airport taken care of, but the local roads probably not.
Yes, I do think the ratios are higher, and I will show you why. Because, and there's not many places where you can look at snow ratios.
We have a WSI product snow ratio, don't we?
I don't think so.
No?
You could be right, but I don't think so. But let me bring this up here real quick. Add to the stage. So this is a look at the snow ratios. I will roll over so you can see the numbers. But the start of the event at about, let's go 6 a.m., we're at like 10 to 1, but then Benton County is like 13, 14 to 1. But watch this drop right here. Now that's 15, 16 to 1, 13 to 1. And I think it gets even colder than that, 17 to 1. It's still snowing. It's pretty much over at that point. And then the cold air really pours in, but by then it's already done. So if we look at snow depth, snow depth sometimes a really good scale of gauge of how much snow. Because remember, there is that potential for some freezing. So let's do this. You were talking about how the HRRR is showing precipitation type, right? And it was showing freezing rain, and it didn't look like that. Yeah, now it doesn't have much at all, does it?
Yeah, I was keeping it.
Well, let's look. Let's click on that Southern Washington County. That's a snow profile. So why are you showing that as, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Just like Alex Hall was talking about. So we go back here. Click on this. That's a snow profile.
So either the sounding's wrong or
the data's wrong. So you got to look at this. That shows all freezing rain, which cuts into your accumulation totals. But that's not really freezing rain. That's not either. So the algorithm's wrong. And then it just drops below freezing everywhere. So, okay. So you saw that. I'll move that from the stream. When's it going to start snowing in Lowell? I think around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Snow totals in northeast central Madison County, 8 to
What?
12. Yeah. Advisory area upgrade to a warning. I don't think about that. Hey, let's look at some other stuff. Let's look at some probabilities. Let's look at the EFI, right? I want to show you this because I haven't even looked at this either. But the EFI will tell you, hey, this has the potential to majorly overperform. And yeah, add that to the stream. So River Valley, probably not. It's going to remain an advisory. But there you see the potential for it to overperform in terms of snow. And then here's the other one as well. Now the cold temperatures, my goodness, look at this. This is just bullseye right over us. It's a 100% probability of being an extreme cold event, meaning records. We're talking about destroying records. Probably low maxes, you name it. I mean, just everything's going to be destroyed in terms of cold. And then, so we got that. Look at some ensembles here real quick. Weather models, ensemble links. We'll look at the GEFS output. Oh, did they change this? They did. 12-to-1 ratios. Yeah. Let's go over 8 inches. Oh. So there's your probability of over 8 inches. Yeah, that's up there. We have to zoom in on that. That's
like
such
85, 90%.
Such trash. It's way too zoomed in. Or zoomed out, I mean. That's the same thing I clicked on. Standby. Okay. The day 3 through 7 cluster prototype. I don't want that either. What am I doing, Zach? They changed all these links around. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So if we click on this, we go to snow. So they range as low as 3 all the way up to 9, but the mean is like 6 inches for Fayetteville. So that is why you can't go super high, you know? But I think at the same time, ensembles are off. So let me do this. Weather Prediction Center. Make sure we still have that on there. Yeah, we do. We'll look at the winter storm severity index. And this red, there wasn't any red on there last night, and now there's a ton of it. And look, it's even popping up in Rogers, and this will probably be increased even more. Look at how much it's dropping south. That red area will probably extend all the way through Benton County and Washington County. Yeah. And if we go to forecast analysis and go to their winter weather products and we look at this experimental winter storm outlook, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of purple on here. So the probability of max of exceeding warning guidance, it's basically everywhere. And this is why we dropped those totals looking at the latest. And I think that's true. But look at how the probability is a lot less the farther south you go. Pretty drastic cutoff in that. Freezing rain, not really a concern at all. This is not a freezing rain environment. Then we go back here. Let's look at the experimental precipitation portal. Here we go. Let's see if this has higher amounts now. And I think it will because of the NDFD forecast. And so the expected snowfall amount, 5.5. I still think that's low. The high end amount, talking 8 to 12. So that's the high end amount. But they say there's only a 10% chance of that happening. That's why sometimes I don't like probability, to be honest with you. The low end amount, if it was the lowest end, This storm didn't do much at all. Still 3 inches.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's way too low. That doesn't make any sense. And then finally, look at the probability maps here. So this will take you through day 2. So here we can zoom in on these, and here's the probability of 1 inch. It's up there. 2 inches, it's still up there. 4 inches, 80 to 90%. That's 90 to 95%. 6 inches, but see the cutoff? That's the uncertainty. Gotta love that uncertainty.
Wow.
But I think that this is over. I think this is underdone looking at the latest computer model forecasts, because I don't think they looked at the latest and they haven't updated them in a while. So, anyways, we'll leave it at that. All right. Let's go here. Oh no, jamming is back. Thunder, sleet. Yeah, let's see here. What's the formula? We got a lot of. Thank you so much, Jillian, about the tie. Appreciate it. Got the snow. Big old dendrites too. Look at that. Those are the big fat flakes here. What else? Will elevation play into accumulations with this event? Yes. Will Springdale be getting ice and freezing rain? Probably not a lot. Flights out of XNA Thursday morning. They'll probably plow the runways, It's just getting to the airport will be the concern.
Especially all those back roads getting up there.
Power outages, probably not widespread due to icing, but there could be some taxing of the demand, the energy consumption demand that can cause some blackouts. Oh, yeah. Now, here's the problem, Yana. This will be a terrible packing snow. I just want to let you know. The first couple of days before it's done any melting at all, it's going to be some pretty poor packing snow. Please do the timing again. So that was 15-20 minutes ago. We did that. But let's show this graphic here as we're popping up comments. So we got these 2 graphics for you. We'll start off with this one. So here's the timing. Gives you an idea of when the snow is. And
just look at current conditions. Really see if it's going to be 32 at midnight.
You've said that like 14 times, and we still haven't done it. But we're doing it right now, Zach.
I feel like Fayetteville right now, 35. 34.
Let's do the full tour of the temperatures. What do you say?
And further north, up there in
37.
Still 37. Well, it's going to update in like 5 minutes, right? Like 50?
Let's look at the 5-minute obs.
Yep. Let's do that.
All right.
34.
Oh, I thought I changed that.
You sent it to us. Maybe you just didn't do it for yourself.
Oh, I did. Oh, maybe I did it on Safari. Let's see here.
37, but that was
because it's overcast.
So it might be warmer.
Here we go. Come on. I know how to do this. This is one way to do it, Zach. Stand by for me. We'll just click on here. Oh, what are you doing? Let's go San Diego. Let's go down here. Click on this. 3-day weather history. There we go. All right. And we're going to copy that and go to station links. Save. All right.
Got
So
it.
we've got 36. Should we go 35 or keep it at 36? It's a lot of cloud cover.
I put 33.
Yeah, I'd up that. I'd up that.
All right.
Let's go 36. All right, so look at that, 32 in Rogers now.
Can I see that
33.
pen?
Yep. 33, 37 in Fayetteville, and then River Valley is in the upper 30s, so way above freezing. But look at Grove, Zach.
Oh, 27.
Yep. Hey, Mr. 8 Ball. Yeah, one snowplow is going to be working. What is the European model showing? A lot. $11 inches. All right. That's a lot, but it's possible. Yeah, no kidding. We'd already mentioned the power outage situation. Okay, Euro's 0Z run for the Euro is starting to come out, Zach.
Nice.
So with that said, let's look at it. Yeah, it's out 123 hours already. So let's go into it. This is why we're trending up, I bet. Let's see here what we got. Cast loop. Let's go with South Central, Regional, Arkansas. I love that people look at this stuff already. They already know more than we do. There's a lot of people that know what they're doing, meteorology wise. Yeah, 8 to 9, average 4 inches. I think that's a really good snow forecast. 36, Zach.
Got it.
Watch it be like 33.
Dropped last second. Come on.
Yeah. Let's see the 5-minute obs, 36 at 11:40. I'll still keep updating it. All righty, let me show you that for totals. Stage. Wrong stage. Oh, I could have done that. Wow, this is a big system, man. This is unbelievable how it just keeps going up. So here's the Euro, and it's got so basically not a whole lot throughout the morning, and that makes sense. But then by early afternoon, things start going downhill. But look, this is when people are letting out with the bus. So you already got 2 inches of heavy snow with cold weather, with wind blowing. And here's your total, Zach. 10 inches in Rogers, 11. Let's see what Missouri looks like. Yeah. I mean, we're basically in the bullseye of the heavy snow. Look at that.
Yeah, the bullseye keeps on shifting south.
Yep. It's right over us. Oh, I still didn't add it? Come on now.
Second time.
I know. I don't understand that. 10.7 and 9.1, and then we'll work our way into Arkansas here. That is the bullseye. We are right smack dab in the middle of it for heavy snow. Oh, and it does see that little bit of a dusting too. Starting to pop up, isn't it?
Maybe over here.
Yeah, I mean, that's just all precip that's developing everywhere. Hey, look at that. Won't be as heavy. Yeah, no school in Springdale. But there's all sorts of schools that canceled. There's just everywhere. Look at Garfield, how much there. So I think over a foot. I think 13, 14 inches, honestly. It's a lot. Yeah. This system is digging. Yes, it is. It's big time digging. It's exciting, folks, but at the same time, it's a little bit nerve wracking because this is going to cripple us in terms of this view. Yeah, that's awesome. There it is. Look at that system. And remember, now it's on shore, so the models have already sampled the upper air network. There's the system coming in. There's the energy swinging in. And then here's the vorticity. Look at this thing. That's even underdone at that point. It's just really everything is done. We're just basically waiting. Oh, you're welcome, Aaron. Appreciate it. You know, we should see that angry face, Zach. Check this
That
out.
was a while back.
Hey, what's going on, Blake?
Hey.
We lost to Ox 3.
That's one here, actually.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You have to work on that chord.
I want to get it started over
Yeah,
we
we
are
are.
doing
But you can hop on.
Talking
there.
about the snow that's coming in inbound.
Let's watch that face evolve. It'd be kind of fun to look.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe it got happy eventually.
yeah. Let's go with the last 120 hours. Oh, you're good. You don't have to be real super quiet. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you can see it right there. All right, here's the face. Ready? Start to see it develop right here. Right there is the face.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of smirking a little
Yeah,
bit.
he is a little smirk, like
Yeah.
an evil smirk.
I see the two eyes. I see the eyebrows. He's smirking.
Yeah, and then he just kind of got absorbed.
And he goes away. Is that an omen?
That's pretty creepy. Could be. Look at that, Blake. You see the face? This is where it's
Oh,
at its
wow.
worst.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an angry face.
Yeah, it is. And then it just kind of says, nope.
And
I
that's
know.
the storm.
And
Everybody.
then watch it start dropping south. Man, why is that so jerky? There we go.
I don't know.
That's much better. Here we go. Let's watch it again. There it is. It's churning. There's the face. Then it goes up. Look at all the spins around there.
Yeah.
And then here's where it starts ripping in. Right there. No, that's not it. This is it. Yeah. Wow. Records will have to be 2 feet because that's what happened in 2011 in order for it to be records. Matthew, the Weather Channel's calling it Kingston. Okay. That's pretty crazy. That's what my wife said. Looks like Voldemort from Harry Potter. It really does, kind of. Creepy old man winter. Betsy Spencer. Robin? Yeah, we haven't covered the totals. We did earlier, so if you missed the stream, you can catch a lot of the stuff again, but it's probably time to show some more totals, huh?
Let's go back to it. How about the 4-panel?
Yeah, 4-panel. We haven't done that, and then we could show some other stuff. But yeah, let's do the. Here's the 4-panel.
There it is. Graph going up. Europeans kind of staying similar. NAM. Well, all right. The graph and the NAM, they're both higher resolution models, so I think it's fair to say that they're going to be doing better with this at this point in time.
Whoa. Whoa, jerky now. It looks like maybe it got a little hung up. So the European's higher than what it was earlier because this isn't the full run.
There's Bullseye GFS up there in
Southwest Missouri,
West
northern Berry County. And then there's the NAM. Bring on the snow and the ice, baby. So there's that. Now, we didn't do any local views, so you're watching to know 2 models with a foot in, yeah, it's a lot. Let's just look at local here. I think we're going to shut this down in about an hour, 30 minutes. So we'll do another 10 minutes or so. So if you got some questions, travel plans, travel concerns, all that stuff, let me know. Here is Bella Vista. We had specifically questions about Bella Vista. I think it's over a foot. Josh Rugger's already. Whoa. Yeah, it's getting really glitching.
Whoa, that was. Good night.
Oh, it's glitching.
Shut down that camera. Should we just like close it and open it back up? Or no, we can't. Yeah, because then everything would
Yeah,
go
I don't
down.
know. It's super glitchy. Yeah, everything's running really slow. While it's doing this, I want to see our IT guy wants to know.
I wonder if the graphics are glitchy too.
Yeah, they are. Let's see. What is causing it to slow down so much? There's something going on. The freeze began. So not only is it cold, but it's freezing here.
Because you have so many tabs open.
It could be. But I want to see the yeah, something's taxing the system. Let's get off of that. Yeah, where is my task manager? Doesn't even show up. Well, we may be going less than 1 hour, 30 minutes. There's Bella Vista. Oh, look at how delayed that is.
Do you think it might be good on their end? Because Sai just said that it's good on his end.
No, I don't think so.
Comment if you think.
Let me know if it's glitching.
Yeah, please.
Wow, we're good on that end?
Hmm.
We're gonna try this again. So it's not glitching at all. Like it doesn't show the camera, and that's not glitching. Because that's
right now
really
it
bad.
is frozen.
Yeah.
For us.
Like, how many fingers am I holding up? Oh, well, then of course you can see that because it updated.
Yeah, now it's frozen.
But how many fingers am I holding up? 2. Okay. How about that? Doesn't even show. That's weird. If it's not 5, wow, they can see it.
Really?
Actually, it's 4 fingers and 1 thumb. That's
No,
annoying.
because I remember one
My kids
time
always said that.
I was doing it live and
Yeah.
it was glitching and everybody was saying that they were seeing the glitches.
Yeah. That's weird. So maybe it is glitching. We'll find out. We can watch the stream again. Yeah. 2, 3, 5, 5. Yeah. Everybody's seeing it. Everybody's seeing all the fingers. That's the amount of snow we're going to have. 2,355 inches of snow. Golly. All right. So there's our snow for the graph model. The European.
Oh, Brian's on here.
Yeah, hold on. Are you saying it's going to snow?
He's got
better
his
believe it.
97 Strata.
Is he still asking for money for a sandwich?
I don't know, but I hope he's got his snow chains on his.
Whoa. Yeah, computer is going crazy. I don't know what the heck is happening.
It's going down.
We're going to have to reboot. I can't even get to the task manager. I can't even minimize
You can't even shut it down.
Oh. But I'm glad that it's nice and smooth on their end.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, it's not even letting me get into the task manager. Well, anyways, I guess we'll just reboot. Yeah, snow totals are overloading. Sleds are ready to go. Oh yeah.
Nice. Keep in mind though, if you plan on being out sledding, Wednesday, Thursday, might be a little bit too cold to be out there for too long.
I'm trying, Greg. I'm hitting Control Alt Delete. How are the roads? They're fine right now. There's nothing wrong with the roads now.
But in about 12 hours, they're going to be going downhill.
Man, this is just like our stream here.
Because 12 hours from now will be noontime, and I think that's the time frame where the heavy snow will be beginning.
All right, here's what we'll do. We'll close it out with three things. We're gonna close it out with our Weather Authority app.
Or not.
Yeah, it'll show up after it refreshes 12 minutes later. All right, so there is the Weather Authority app. I can't even scroll down now. Nasty Band is setting up for sure. Yep. I think we just fried it. Yeah. She's done. Hopefully we can end the stream without losing it.
Maybe we should just let it chill out for a little bit. It still says 124.21.
And it's still 124.21 after 10 minutes.
There it is, 32. Yeah.
Walmart sold out of carrots. No snowmen this time.
Uh-huh.
So there's our free Weather Authority app. Next thing is going to be the 7-day. And then that'll be the last thing that we show. So here's the 7-day. We do have an alert winter day.
Yeah, blue shade alert day. First time doing that?
We should have made it pink. We're thinking about that because of the winter storm warning.
Yeah, you're
right. But anyways, yeah. -4, -3. Watch the warm up that comes after. It's all frozen on here too.
And the models for Monday were going 60s, but in the back of my mind, I was just thinking, there's no way it's going to warm up that quick. So 57 might be underdone.
And then here is, take a good look at that. Look at the records just getting destroyed from Thursday, Friday. The 21st and 22nd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a look at the River Valley. We'll let that stay on there.
No, 20th and 21st.
Yeah, 20th and 21st, yeah. Extreme cold coming. Ooh, and I just hit a wall. How about you, Zach? You gonna go hit the gym?
I don't know.
I think we gotta save our energy tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Well, that does it for the stream, the frozen stream.
Yeah, we can't even see your questions anymore because it's just locked up. So that's why we're not getting to them.
Yeah, we're just gonna end this before 1 hour and 30 minutes. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's something to do with the computer, no doubt. Just gonna need to fix that. Yeah, that's bad. But that gives you a good view of the River Valley. All right, guys. Oh, excuse me. God bless. Everybody have a great night, early morning. Happy Tuesday. Here comes the winter storm. Josh Rugger has the latest starting at 5 a.m. Probably will give you some updates beforehand. Zach and I will be crushing it this afternoon as the storm comes in. And what else? Peyton will be out live giving you road conditions in Benton County. So we got you covered. We'll keep you updated, and we just got to end this. It's so choppy.
If we can.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, take care, guys. God bless. We'll see you later. Bye. Maybe.